Hi, my name is Victoria Zambrano. I'm a near-peer mentor for the Highlander Well-being Connect program for the summer 2025 cohort. And I believe that the Highlander Well-being Connect program, or HWC, is a research-supported mentorship program where near-peer mentors can support first-year and transfer students to help feel prepared for their first quarter here at UCR. As I mentioned before, I was a peer mentor during the summer 2024 cohort and will be returning again this year as a summer 2025 peer mentor. And some of the things that I liked during my first year as a peer mentor was engaging with new students during the Zoom sessions and learning more about them and their experiences. Most incoming students, from my experience, were willing to engage during the Zoom sessions, which I was the most afraid would be the most difficult part. But they engage through speaking, through turning on their microphones or turning on their camera, or even just answering any of the questions or comments that happened to appear in the Zoom chats, which was really helpful in just like keeping a open space where anyone was feeling free to just participate and just getting to know each other and learn more about the school. And it was especially encouraging to see when students would converse with each other during the meetings, because that definitely made me see how important and meaningful that this space was for them. I also liked being a part of the creative team and designing many of the resources that incoming students, our student staff, and pro staff would use for this project. I would suggest that incoming students participate in this program because it really does give them a chance to ask any questions that they may have before or during the summer session, where they may be afraid to ask faculty or pro staff, or they may not even know who to ask these questions to. And our job as mentors is to really support these students, and we believe that we can guide the students to find the answers they're looking for, while also sharing well-being resources that students may benefit from in their situation, and just make them aware that they have access to, because UCR has so many resources. Additionally, I would say that the Zoom sessions are a great opportunity for students to connect with one another and learn from the experiences of their mentors and also their fellow peers. Working on the PMI project, my day could look like a couple different scenarios. On a typical shift, I would manage the Highlander Well-being Connect inbox and would check and respond to any messages that students would send throughout the day, or possibly even the previous day if it was one of the first shifts. And we would just make sure that we close up, we check in with other student peer mentors that may also be starting up after us, just keeping in contact with our peer mentors and pro staff during the day. Additionally, if we were to have a meeting that day, I would attend the meeting, and I remember I would make the notes on student attendance, respond to any chat questions, and lead breakout room sessions, as I've talked about before. And finally, I would also assist my supervisor with other tasks that were usually creative tasks, such as making resource guides, like the student resource book that's featured on the Highlander Well-being Connect website, and texting guides for the near peer mentors. And closer to the end of the project, I did help a lot with data management tasks and closeout tasks for my peer mentors. A learning moment for me was during last year's cohort when I had to lead breakout rooms for the first time. And our breakout room sessions were about 10 to 12 students, which is where we would answer any questions that the students may have had during the main session, which was like a panel of peer mentors leading the discussion about how their UCR experience has been so far. And just to note on that, I was never a part of the main panel of mentors, as I was mainly doing a bit of bookkeeping during the meetings regarding attendance and any questions that were popping up in the chat. So I wasn't a part of that main panel. So because of this, I was a little worried during my first session that I wasn't going to be able to engage well with in comparison to the other mentors. However, with the help of some pre-made icebreaker questions about Highlander orientation, we were able to easily get many students interested in the conversation and applying themselves and conversing with other students, and that was really exciting to see, and it felt really encouraging as that was the first session and my first experience really with the live aspect of this project. Additionally, I was able to do the breakout room sessions with another peer mentor, which was really helpful and helped me feel more supported and confident in leading the discussion. And this year we'll be doing individual leads for the conversations, so I definitely feel way more prepared thanks to that experience.